welcome back to Culture Clash Reactions. My name, I like to mix it up.
Okay.
My name is Fen.
My name's Akasha.
Aye, that's right, it is. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's well. Welcome back to the show. On today's video, whatever you want to call it. Episode. Don't make fun of my accent. On today's episode, we're going to be doing like some really awesome, funny... Anyway, welcome back to the episode. We're going to be doing... This is what our household's like. Just
go on, baby.
Sorry. Back to we're doing some more British stand-up. I always like to introduce my lovely American wife here. She comes from a Czech background, but she's American. To some British comedy. Today, one of those that I'm not crazy about Russel Howard, but you know he can be funny. He was particularly good when we've watched a lot of those kind of panel show style stuff. He was always really good on those.
I don't think I know who he is, though.
You might recognize him. You might recognize him from some of the panel shows. You probably might not. I don't know. Like I say, there's not any stand-up bits that really stand out, but this was a suggestion from somebody, and this is one of his absolute best bits. This I really enjoyed, and I think you would enjoy as well. It's entitled Cancer Funeral. Yeah, let's just give it a watch. Give Russel Howard a go and see how you like it.
Okay.
Shall we? Let's do it.
I've been very lucky this year. I've seen loads of cool things. I met Steven Gerrard, I met Luis Suarez, I met Coutinho. But the coolest person I met, and I met him last year, I met a 14-year-old boy. His parents sent me an email saying that their son was battling with cancer. Would I come to see him? I said, yeah, of course. So I went to see him, and he was really funny. Properly funny. He had an iPad of my favourite jokes on his iPad, and he was going like that. That's very good, very good, very good. Shit, good, shit. It was like Tinder. And his favourite joke of mine was a sketch called Mr. Dildo. Now I'd forgotten that seminal piece of art, but basically it was a sketch that involved me dressed in a 6-foot cock costume chasing after old ladies. It isn't high art, but it's very funny. I'm not sure if you've ever seen a 14-year-old boy battling with cancer laugh, but I'll tell you this now, there isn't a lovelier sight in the world. He was just sat there going, brilliant, look at that. You're dressed as a cock, you're chasing an old lady, what's not to fucking love? He had an amazing sense of humour, his entire family did. I guess if you're dealt a card that vicious, you sort of adapt and you become funny. And they certainly were. He was doing a bucket list. I went to see him a few times. He wanted to meet Simon Pegg. He wanted to drive a fast car. By all accounts, that was quite the experience. Slow down, fuck you. And he wanted to meet me. And the 5th time that I went to see him, he said to me, will you come to my funeral? Now that is something that you can never prepare yourself for. You don't know, I'm quite a gobby twat, I think I've proved that, but in that moment I didn't know what to say. I was like, yeah, I'll go, yeah. And he looked at me with a really steely gaze and just went, don't be a dick. It's gonna be amazing. I said, what do you mean? And he looked at me and went, it's gonna be fancy dress.
Costume party.
But it gets even better. He's designing the costumes that people have to wear at his funeral. And this young man has gone dark. He's making his dad go to his funeral dressed as the Grim Reaper. How amazing is that? It gets even better. If anyone coughs, his dad has to lift up his scythe and point at them. I couldn't believe how brave he was. He was fighting fear with funny. I was in awe of him. And I looked at him and said, wow, what do you want me to wear? And he went, I think you know. Not sure I do. Oh, I think you do, Mr. Dildo. He wants me to wear a throbbing 6-foot cock costume to a 14-year-old boy's funeral. In case you're struggling to visualise that, this is the outfit he's deemed appropriate for me to wear.
Do a funeral.
Right?
And I will. I've already planned the route. I've planned the route that avoids every single school on the way. I am not getting pulled over wearing that fucking thing. Hello, officer. Where am I going? I'm going to a funeral. Of a child. Yes, I am a comedian. Good day to you, sir. Don't touch my helmet. And I looked this young man in the eyes, and as best I could. And I said, I will do this, but you need to write me a letter saying that this was your idea. Because 95% of me believes you. But there is 5%. As I look deep into your eyes, that are currently swimming with joy, they think, what if? That is the ultimate prank. What if I arrive? The funeral. Everyone's dressed in black. The door creaks open. But do you know the best thing about him? With every great story there came a twist, and this was it. I saw him just after Christmas. He'd been given 3 days to live. He'd planned his own funeral, and then he got tested, and he no longer had cancer. His blood counts had gone up. He was no longer dying. How fucking amazing is that? I was like, yes! I said, please, let me tell this story at the end of my DVD. He was like, really? I went, fucking right, it's amazing. Can I tell it? He was like, yeah, right. I went, in fact, at the end of the recording of the DVD, you're going to come on stage. Shut up. Yes, you are. Wow. Fucking right. What do you want me to wear? Oh, I think you know.
Yeah. It looks good.
I know.
I think I recognize this. I'll come back to it.
Look at that. How fucking cool is that? This is my friend. Derek, is there anything you would like to say to the good people of Bristol on the final moment of this DVD? Ladies and gentlemen of the Bristol Hippodrome, thank you very much for
Just
coming.
the dress as a giant dick. Brilliant. Fucking excellent.
Very funny.
How'd you enjoy that?
That was good.
That was good fun, wasn't it?
Very funny.
Excellent bit. Nice way to end the show as well. Did brilliant. I was going to say quickly, just off the comedy for a second, I actually recognise that kid. I could be wrong. Maybe somebody in the comments will tell me. I think the story, how it goes, because you don't just miraculously,
Get better.
That doesn't happen.
Dying, yeah.
If I remember correctly, years ago, because I remember watching it, I was fucking pissed. I've always been not an advocate for marijuana, but I don't understand why marijuana is illegal. It makes no sense. And even if you want to get high, whatever. But apparently, there's a lot of there's so many medical positives to it.
Yeah, baby.
That's what happened with this kid.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I could be totally off the point, but I was watching. Don't ask me why. I was watching. There's a show called This Morning, which is our Good Morning Britain or whatever, Good Morning America or whatever. And what was it? Holly Willoughby and fucking Philip Schofield are the worst.
You
But
don't
anyway,
like them?
I can't stand them. Anyway, they were interviewing them, and they had to make it. What happened was, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong. Please, is the mother gave him some marijuana for the pain? Is what happened. I think he said, he had 3 or 4 days to live, and she just wanted to. And she'd read online, I don't know how she'd given it to him, or edibles or whatever. And all of a sudden his blood counts went up, and it's because of the marijuana. Basically saved his life. I could be a little bit here or there wrong on the story, but I remember Philip Schofield, we have to say, they're looking to the camera, we don't advocate, we have to say that this was illegal. They did break the law. I felt like the mother should have went,
fuck off.
I don't give a fuck. My kid is here.
Yeah.
You kidding me? I'll fucking murder you to keep him alive,
Right.
let alone fucking give him marijuana. Sorry, I went dark.
I'm going to
there.
look up that story now because I feel like there's
But
a lot to it.
Because I recognized his face as soon as I saw it. I remember seeing the face because I was getting so mad. I remember watching it. I was watching it on TV, and I was like, "Why even?" We have to just remind everyone that it is, and we're not advocating this is actually illegal. But tell us the story. I'm like, fuck off! It's a feel-good story. It's a great story. The kid's alive. Legalize marijuana, dickheads. Anyway, Russel Howard. That was your first time watching him. What do you think?
Funny.
You like him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, good stuff.
Funny
He's quite a good storyteller, I think, as well, from what I remember, like that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
it was a great story. And it's a true story as well.
Yeah, that's
so,
cool.
And then next Halloween, can I wear that to a party that we go to?
Sure.
Would you let me?
You
actually would.
Can I dress as a massive vagina?
You're a massive vagina, and I'll just stab you once in a while. That'll be loads of fun. We actually, one of my dear friends, Gav, you've seen the pictures. We dressed him as that for his stag do. Yeah, we were in Hungary and Budapest, and there was all these like really nice like landmarks, and everyone was like taking pictures, and all these like people. It was just so beautiful. And Gav's running around as a 6-inch cock. It was so much fun. 6 foot. Sorry. Actually, it was Gav, maybe 6 foot. Hey, boom.
Oh my god.
All right. Any last thoughts, sweetheart?
No.
Thanks for joining us. Lots of fun. Any other suggestions, bits like that? British comedy, always a good suggestion, so that we can show my lovely wife the best of British. Until next time, see you all later.